People often feel stuck by their strong emotions. There is an old wisdom that helps people break free from their emotions. We're going to show you the deep secrets of Stoicism that can change your life. Come with us on this journey of finding yourself and your inner strength. According to Marcus Aurelius, you only have control over your mind and not over what happens in the outside world. You will feel better when you realize this. In a world where feelings can be like big waves, you will find strength. How do we get to our point of safety? Join us on this journey as we delve deeply into 7 invaluable Stoic lessons that will help you control your emotions and weather life's storms with unwavering strength. Let's begin. Lesson 1. Look at problems as chances to do something. There are problems all around us, from small ones in our own lives to big ones going all over the world. It's normal to have problems as a person. But can we see these issues not as issues that need to be fixed, but as chances to make things better? Stoics have a strong view on when things are bad. They believe that we can change how we think and feel about things that happen to us, but not the things themselves. When you look at things this way, problems are no longer problems, but lessons. In other words, every problem and struggle can help us move forward. Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius said it best. Action is sped up by the thing that stops it. Things that get in the way become the ways. Think about what a river does when there is a big rock in its way. There is no stopping the river as it moves through a problem if we choose to see it as a chance to grow. It wears away at the rock or makes a new path with its time and power. That rock was a big problem at first, but with time and unwavering desire, it starts to blend in with the water. In a way that shows how nature is adaptable and can change, it totally changes the path and shape of the river. This tells us that we can use our own strength and time to get through life's problems and challenges. In the end, they may turn into opportunities and events that alter our journey. Things that go wrong in our lives can also change our paths and often lead to outcomes we didn't plan for. This can be seen when someone loses their job, which at first seemed like a tragedy. It could help them get a new job. There are chances for them to get better, learn new things, and go to new places. Some people may use the time they have off to learn more about themselves, start their own business, or follow their own interests and goals. Many times, difficulties and adjustments can result in opportunities and success that we never thought possible. It's possible to learn more about yourself, grow as a person, and have stronger, more important relationships after a breakup. Also, being stoic can help you be more patient. We are more open to change and ready to face problems head-on when we see them as chances to learn and grow. We stop asking, "Why is this happening to me?" and start asking, "What can I learn from this? How will this lesson make me a better person?" But that doesn't mean we should ignore real problems or look for new ones. For this to work, you need to understand that every task holds a chance or promise. With a good mood, patience, and persistence, we can take care of this seed and use problems as stepping stones to grow, learn, and become more whole. Lesson 2. Questions can help you. Ask yourself this: will this still be important in 5 years? The things that happen to us in life test our patience, determination, and ability to see the bigger picture. Every day we have to deal with things that make us feel bad, from small things like spilling coffee to bigger things like fights with family and friends. It's simple to be confused by how quickly our feelings change when we're mad. It might seem like the end of the world if you forget an important date, goal, or even words. That being said, a good question can help us change our minds. Will this still be important in 5 years? We can look into the future and see what happened in the present with this easy but deep question. That angry debate or missed chance looks very different now. In the big picture of our lives, Most of the things we think about now won't mean much. Think back to the worries and problems you were facing 5 years ago. Just how many of them are still important? How many have been drowned out by new memories, experiences, and lessons? Realizing this can make you humble and free. We can figure out what's most important to us by asking ourselves this question often. This helps us tell the difference between issues that will only last a short time and those that will last a long time. It might feel like a lot of stress right now when we have a day at work where we don't get much done, but we need to remember that it's just one day in a long career. Our work journey is more important when we look at it in the context of the bigger picture. This point of view also helps us be more flexible when things go wrong. The quote is a good warning that we shouldn't get stuck on short-term problems. Instead, we should focus on the problems and worries of the present. When we stay calm and see the bigger picture, we should make plans, make changes, and move forward. We need to remember that time often helps us see things more clearly and find solutions to our problems. People can feel better and fix problems more effectively if we help them. The point isn't just to play down our fears, though. This question also makes us think about what's important. If we want our decisions and actions to matter in the long run, we need to put money into relationships, personal growth, and experiences that will last. Most of the time, we only think about the present. Why is it important to ask this? The next 5 years will show us how to live our lives with meaning and peace. We can handle life's ups and downs with style. This question will help us stay focused on what's important by taking it up again and again. Mine. Know what you can change, according to Lesson 3. Have you ever been in a storm? No, not storms with lightning and rain. I mean life storms that appear out of nowhere, let you down, or bring about sudden changes. Stoics were people who lived in old Greece and Rome. They taught us something that feels like a lifeline these days. There are two sides to control. Take a look at this. Though you did everything you could to get ready for an outside event, it rains all the way there. While the weather can't be changed, you can choose how to feel about the rain. You could be sad and angry, or you could handle it. You might be able to move the event inside or just enjoy the rain. Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher, was born a slave but became one of the most influential minds of his time. There are some things we can change and some things we can't. Doesn't it look easy? But this simple way of life holds great wisdom that can change our lives. Every day we have to deal with a lot of different things. We can change some of them, like the things we do every day, the books we read, and the people we hang out with. But many of them are out of our control, like what happens in the world and what other people do. How much time has gone by? The weather, yes. Now things start to get interesting. To the Stoics, happiness isn't something that happens in the outside world, but how we understand and deal with it. The way we think about something affects our feelings, not the event itself. Remember a time when something went wrong. The job you wanted might not have been yours. You may have realized that what seemed like a bad situation at the time was actually a blessing in disguise. For your own growth, that made things better. How are we going to make this work, though? Ask yourself, what can I do? Do something. If you said yes, if the answer is no, you can work on accepting things as they are and making changes. If we really understand and accept this principle, we can stop putting ourselves through unnecessary pain. We're able to handle life well because we know that we can change our sails, not the wind. In a world that often seems out of order, the dichotomy of control shines brightly. We are reminded to focus our energy on the things that really matter and to enjoy the peace that comes from realizing that we can't control everything. Lesson 4. Give things some thought before you do them. Lesson 4. Give things some thought before you do them. Reflection may seem like a thing of the past in this modern world where people want things right away. In a world where we need to act quickly, pausing and thinking can save the day. Think about how often we have to pick between big and small options. There are many choices. Choose what to eat at a diner or how to build your business. But it's not enough to know how many options there are. It's how we talk to them. It happens all the time that someone reads a message that makes them mad. At work, someone might question your work, or a friend might say something light-hearted. Your first thought might be to fight back or get mad. You could jump right into that emotional tornado, but what if you took a step back and let yourself feel separate for a moment? Don't try to hide how you feel by giving them space. You let them know that you understand them. When you think about it, it's not about idly taking things or avoiding them. It's about being aware of our thoughts and feelings. What it means is to ask big questions. It made me feel so bad that you said that. What thoughts or events from the past are making me feel the way I do now? Was my first response based on what's going on now or on things that happened before? Another way to improve empathy is to take a moment to think before we move. We can also see things from other people's points of view. For example, a friend or co-worker may have been having a bad day and didn't realize how important what they said until after they said it. We learned more about ourselves and the people we cared about. It's good to keep this habit. How many mistakes could we avoid if we gave things some thought before we spoke? What number of bridges could be made instead of being torn down? At work, it's very helpful to be able to take a moment to think. When leaders think about their decisions before making them, people tend to respect and trust them more. They are thought to be kind, calm, and smart. Most of the time, the decisions they make after a lot of thought are the best ones. When everything moves too quickly, you can stand up for yourself by giving yourself time to think. A strong but quiet word that we won't let the currents of now take us away. We will take care of ourselves because we made this promise. Have fun and be kind to other people. Thinking things through before you do them is more than just a good habit. This way of life puts more value on depth than breadth, on knowing over acting on impulse, and on making relationships that last, over meeting someone for a short time. It's a journey inside that has a big impact on the outside world. It changes how we act and how our lives are put together. Keep a Stoic diary for lesson number 5. Keep a Stoic diary for lesson number 5. In many places and times, people have valued writing in a notebook, not just a list of what happened. It's also a way to think about yourself, grow as a person, and get clear on their goal of getting to know themselves and getting better. Stoics have thought about this idea before. There's more to a Stoic diary than just writing down what happens every day. You can think there. Listen to your thoughts and feelings and think about the things you say and do. In this place, the outside world and the inside world meet. Our views and values shape how we think about events. Think about writing down what happened, how you felt about it, and what made you happy or sad during the day at the end of each day. What did you not like about what someone said, or a little thing you did that made someone glad? You might remember a lot of different things that happened that day, from small things like seeing an old friend for a short time to big changes in your life, like meeting a big goal or going through a tough time. You felt different things at different times of the day because of each of these events. You might enjoy the little things you do every day and think that everything is going well. When someone tells you how great you are at what you do, or when you finish a job you've been putting off for a long time. People frequently feel proud and happy after these kinds of events. But sometimes things don't go as planned or go wrong during the day, which can make you bored or even worried. It could be because of a fight with someone else, a mistake at work, or even a mean word from someone else. When things like this happen, they can make people feel bad and awkward. When we pay attention to the little things that happen and how we respond to them, we can start to see how our thoughts work. We can learn more about our skills and flaws, which helps us grow and makes our daily lives better. People start to notice the things that make us feel different, help us decide what to do, and shape our daily habits. Alexander the Great, and ruler of Rome and a Stoic scholar, wrote what is now called Meditations. It wasn't meant to be shared. He was able to teach himself and remind himself of Stoic concepts that will help him deal with life's problems in a private talk. Through his works, we can see a man who is having trouble with his emotions, reactions, abilities, and place in the world. No matter what rank you are, you can learn something from a Stoic diary. With all the confusion and knowledge that comes at us all the time these days, in the midst of chaos, it's becoming more and more important to take time to think about ourselves. A daily routine and thought help bring clarity. Over time, this habit can help you reach deep thoughts. You may realize that some things always make you stressed, forcing you to deal with them or change how you see them. Some habits, like being thankful or aware, may improve your mood and the way you think. These habits can help you grow as a person. A Stoic book makes you more responsible because you have to look at it every day. It also gives you new ideas. The things we do and how we act are our own fault. When mistakes are made over and over, it gets harder to ignore them or play them down. Instead, we have to learn, change, and grow. A Stoic diary is like having a wise friend. To sum up, not important, always ready to listen. Think about it and do it. You promise to improve yourself. Do things that make you happy and that are in line with your ideals and beliefs. Lesson number 6. Get better at not being attached. In a world that changes constantly, like an emotional roller coaster, lesson number 6 is to practice non-attachment. Some people may not agree with the idea of adopting non-attachment at first, but let's find out what it really means and how it can change your life. We don't have to suppress our feelings or stop being concerned about the world around us. Having a fair view is like being calm in the middle of a storm. Think about being able to see and feel everything that happens without being too stressed out by it all. You can live your life with less worry and a clearer mind, not having changes control you. When was the last time you saw a scary movie? From time to time, that movie had scenes that made your heart beat fast. There were times when you were really excited about where the story was going. There were also sad times when you felt what the character felt because they had lost someone or were going through a hard time. You'd be able to see more clearly how each of these feelings affects your experience if you could just notice them without letting them take over. You can think about what made you feel that way and how that changes what you do and how you think. You might be able to better control your feelings and make wiser decisions in your daily life by developing this skill. There are ways to enjoy exciting times without getting too excited about them. There are also ways to deal with tough feelings better. Even though you want to know more about the story, it's just a show, you know. You don't rush to help the main character or make unhappy people feel better. You feel and pay attention, but you don't move. Non-attachment means going through all of life's feelings and knowing when to stay in the place of your soul, being aware without getting sucked into the story. We are constantly being flooded with messages and information these days, so this method is like a lifesaver. Anger over everything we hear can wear us down all the time. Being non-attached adds a new level to how you connect with the world in a way that is more healthy and long-lasting. It's also very important to not get attached to other people when you're with them. We've all been in chats that turned bad and ended with fights. Start getting better. Lack of connection can make the difference between a good talk and a bad fight. It helps us understand and listen more, respond instead of react, and deal with differences with kindness and understanding. Being aware of ourselves and checking in with ourselves on a daily basis are the first steps to developing non-attachment. Knowing our patterns in that place and being aware of how it affects our emotions. This makes a space between the trigger and the answer. We are free to decide what to do, picking to act on purpose instead of what comes naturally. Non-attachment might sound like giving up on life's good things, but it makes them better because you don't care as much about how things turn out. No longer having to think about change or loss, we can enjoy the journey and each moment to the fullest. The goal of non-attachment is to find peace in a world that is always changing. It's like a compass that points us toward inner peace and leads us gently through the different roads of life. Not only does this make our lives better, but it also makes the lives of those around us better and more peaceful. Less moles. Lesson 7. Be thankful. There are many feelings that people have, but gratitude stands out like a golden thread that connects times of happiness, joy, and seeing the bigger picture of our lives. Stoic philosophers thought that gratitude should be actively practiced, even though it comes easily. Making it a daily habit to enjoy the good things in life and stay in the present was what they said. There's more to being thankful than just saying thank you. Being grateful for all the things, people, and events that make our lives better. It's more useful and important to see the beauty in the everyday, in lessons, in difficulties, and in the fact that each experience doesn't last long. Seneca, a Stoic philosopher, said, "True happiness is to enjoy the present without worrying about the future." This is exactly what expressing gratitude means. There is a lot of being in the present and enjoying every moment, experience, and discussion. Picture yourself sitting outside in the morning sun. The sun is rising and it's warm. You are surrounded by rays. It's cold this morning, so the sun's warmth is a treat. You don't just sit there and go on with your day. You stop for a moment. You thank God for the moment and put your hand on your chest. On a cold day, the sun's warmth, you become more aware of and thankful for your place in the world. This shows that you can show gratitude by enjoying the little things in life. Take a moment to enjoy these times. People who are like you find beauty in life and are grateful for the good things that happen to them. These things become more important and beautiful in our lives. By focusing on what we do have instead of what we don't have, practicing gratitude keeps you from focusing on what's missing, like unmet needs or unknown futures. People are happy, less jealous or angry as a result of us, and generally better off. Do you want to know how to put this into action? Just writing down 3 things you're grateful for every morning or night can help. It can change the way you see things over time, making you tougher when things go wrong and more open to life's good things. Gratitude for acts of kindness, support, or love received from others also strengthens connections. We improve relationships, promote mutual respect, and create a positive loop of love and goodwill in a world where getting more of everything, from needs to wants, is becoming more and more essential. It's easy to remember how good our lives are when we are thankful. This message tells us to be grateful for everything in our lives, enjoy the present moment, and go through life with ease. Each and every night when the sun goes down in the east. In today's troubled world, we leave behind the echoes of old wisdom. Planning for the future can benefit greatly from the lessons we can learn from Stoic philosophy. They can help us make the future happy and important. We can't wait to hear how you put these lessons to use in your daily life. Feel free to share your thoughts and ideas in the space below. As we go on this journey to find ourselves, we can learn from each other. One last thing, thanks for coming to join us. We hope this video has helped you learn something new and made you want to keep doing that on your journey. Don't stop getting smarter. Always keep your feet on the ground. and your mind open.